Many of you are in absolute limbo about what direction you should be heading in and where you should be applying yourself to uplevel your finances. And I'm not speaking as much about financial products and strategies. What I'm more focused on when I say that is where you guys generate your income from. When it comes to either your career, business ideas, you're completely lost, many of you, or you're having a hard time committing to what you're already working on. So this video is going to be a conversation about mindset, and strategies that you need to be applying and how you need to be looking at the economy and where you can fit in it for you to start generating the maximum income going forward. So this is JP for Blueprint for Prosperity, helping you to increase your net worth through relationship banking, maximizing your borrowing capacity, proper use of life insurance, and ownership of real estate. I want you to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading content on a daily basis to help you customize your blueprint for prosperity. So when it comes to participating in the economy, it's very important to be doing things that you have the endurance to see all the way through. Many of you are not participating based on the areas of highest interest and your highest levels of efficiency. You're participating based on the hottest new trend, what's popping on social media, what's hot on the internet, and you're chasing these ideas, you're chasing the marketing of these different strategies and tactics, and you're following the herd, or you are the herd. What you guys need to stop and start evaluating is what is it that you could be doing that you can apply yourself at a high level and do it for a consistent period of time. Getting wealthy in this system is not impossible. I would even argue it's something that's extremely doable in a pretty short window of time. I'm not going to say get rich overnight, but it's definitely something doable in a much shorter span of time than it was 10, 20, or 30 years ago. It's possible to generate very significant wealth in a 3 to 5 year time frame, and possibly even shorter, depending on where you go or how you go about it and where you go to apply yourself. Each one of you need to start reevaluating where you are, because the reality of it is we are no longer in the industrial age. We are no longer in a system that is rewarding your labor. We're no longer in a system that's necessarily giving a lot of reward to hands-on skills and specializations around labor and hands-on. There are exceptions. I think there's a lot of opportunity for people, for contractors like plumbing, electricians, people who specialize in these various trade skills. I still feel like there's a ton of opportunity out there, and it's a lot lower competition than there's ever been. Nobody wants to get their hands dirty, and some of these skills are in high demand right now. But for those of you who are not anywhere near that realm, but you're bouncing around in different parts of the economy, in different industries, different jobs, different business ideas, you need to center yourself around the understanding that the economy that we're now in, what's dubbed the information age that we have now gone into, is about ideas, information, entertainment. You need to figure out where you land and where you can specialize in one of these three. You either need to have inspiring ideas, you need to disseminate and provide quality information around areas that people have a high demand for it, or you need to be entertaining in some form of fashion in another area where people have interest in these areas. You need to figure out where you can fall in these three. If you pay attention to the uber successful and the uber wealthy in this generation, in this day and age, they're somewhere in these three categories almost every time. There's some idea that they put into practice or put into use. There's information that they're providing that is not easily accessible, or people are interested in it but not willing to do the research themselves, or they're entertaining the hell out of people. That's what it is, especially in the internet, especially on the internet, and pursuing becoming wealthy from this capacity. You need to shape your mindset around this. If you're not going to specialize in something like some type of engineering, or again, some kind of trade skill, if you don't have that background, mechanic, whatever the case may be, then the idea of just going into these general 9-to-5s or these general business models is not cutting it anymore. It's either too much competition, it's not enough demand, it's just not there anymore. The real money is around these three areas, and particularly in the digital space. You need to find a way to get engaged in a productive way on the internet. Or you need to find a business that supports one of these other major areas in one of these major capacities. You need to start figuring out, how can I build a business that either directly fits into one of these three, or I can support someone else or some other entity that is directly engaged in one of these three. You need to fit yourself into the puzzle, because in today's world, it's no longer about, hopping job to job to just get better paid, or picking up these random skills just because this one has this nice, attractive starting salary. It's not about that anymore. You're not gonna keep up with the cost of the cost of living. I just shot a video speaking about 9-to-5s and wage price inflation, the cost of living, inflation. It's never gonna keep up. You're never gonna get paid enough from a job to keep up with the cost of goods and services, to provide yourself the kind of lifestyle that you're probably looking to live. Your job is a great tool to get you there. I am a huge advocate of W-2 jobs if you're using it strategically to gain leverage, to make yourself lendable and bankable. That's wonderful. But the concept of just finding the right job or working in the right field is slowly dying out. We're in an era now where anybody can turn into a platform. Anybody can turn into a business. Anybody can turn into their own network. You can turn into your own space, your own ecosystem. And we all have the capacity to do this via our laptops, tablets, and smartphones. You need to find a way to either provide great ideas, or take a great idea, put it into practice, or put it out into the world and captivate and inspire people, or solve people's problems, provide information, or find a way to entertain people. Wherever you're gonna shine at, this is where you need to be. You cannot afford to stagnate and bounce around, investing in this idea, then running behind this idea. That's trying this job out and then leaving and running behind this job. You're wasting precious time, precious resources. You can be focusing yourself in a specific area, laying down the groundwork and seeing tremendous success in a couple years from now, a few years from now. In some cases, maybe even less. Have the right mindset. Apply yourself where you're going to get the highest return. I want you to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.